He's a zero. Zero for me. If you have more than 10 followers on Instagram, you're automatically not on the roster.
Whoever is dating this girl, you need to blink 10 times because she wants to make sure you ain't following nobody and you got no friends.
First is he's an 8 and he lives at home with his parents.
I think it depends on how old he is. I feel like if he's just kind of freeloading off his parents and not really doing much and hanging out, like, that just doesn't work with me. I like someone that's, living in their own space.
If he's working on his career, he's still an 8 in my eyes.
And then on the contrary to that, say he's not working on his career, he's just kind of mooching off his parents.
Oh, then he's a 2.
But if you're 24, still living with your parents, but you're not working, you literally sit at home, you get high every day, you're not being productive, you're not working towards anything, and you also don't show like any fortitude to want to do better for yourself, then yeah, you're definitely jumping down on the totem pole. For me, that's like a 1. And also me thinking too from an aspect of if I was going to marry this person, I would literally be your mother and your maid. And I'm not going to be any of those things to a grown man at all. Like, you're my husband. That's a totally different like responsibility. God forbid we have kids and you're a father. How can I depend on you to be able to pull your own weight as well as to be able to help out and assist in the rearing of our children if you're not even doing that for your own life?
He's a 3. I mean, I respect the hustle of like saving money if he's doing it for, his future, but yeah, he's a 3.
Dude, what? So hold on, let me get this straight. He can be hustling, saving his money for his future, and rather than trying to rent an apartment, instead lives with his parents to save his money so that way he could buy a house. That makes him a 3? That's dumb. That's dumb to me.
He's a 5 and he has 50,000 followers on social media.
5.
What about 100K?
6.
He's a 0. 0 for me. If you have more than 10 followers on Instagram, you're automatically not on the roster.
What? I'm confused by her rationale right now. Like, she's going to be the one that I just don't understand. So what are you expecting to be doing on Instagram, girl? Like, what are you talking about right now? Like, I'm confused. I'm confused. I mean, whoever is dating this girl, you need to blink 10 times because she wants to make sure you ain't following nobody and you got no friends. Personally, when it comes to the whole social media thing, the content matters too. Like, you're 50K and you're thirst trapping, taking your shirt off, trying to like get the attention of women and stuff like that. Like, power to you, but not my man. It wouldn't change a rating in my head though. Nah, the rating would still be the same. You're a 5 with 1 million subscribers or 1 million followers. I could care less that having a social media platform or a platform in general makes you any better. And in fact, in a lot of ways, people think that the amount of followers you have kind of boosts your ego a bit. And it makes people think that they're a lot more than what they actually are. And that's for men and for women because, you get 100K, 1 million like followers on Instagram or whatever, you think that you're the best thing, and then it's like, bro, all you do is thirst traps. Like, you don't do anything.
He's a 9 and doesn't have social media.
I don't know. I don't love when guys are like all over social media, but it's kind of a red flag to me if they have nothing.
That man's a 10. He is to be protected at all costs. Followers and friends that you have on Facebook, like, how many of those people do you actually interact with in real life? Sometimes none of them, and sometimes it's like not even like the majority of the people on your Facebook you actually talk to. So I think it's a two-edged sword, but I would say that a guy who has no social media but has friends, actually has social connections that actually exist in the real world, that's a 10. That's a 10. I'm curious to see what men would say for a woman who has no social media. They would probably say that she's probably a 10. I wonder if the ranking would go down if they had a girl who was on social media. And I think even at that regards, too, it would be all right. What's the content?
He is 100. Like, marry me right now, propose, yes, get down on the knee. I'll get down on my knees for you.
Shoot, but he can't stay at home with his mom to actually save money? I feel like that's more important than the social media aspect. Girl, I'm with you though. I'm with you. You coming to the right side of the tracks. We just gonna have to work on you a bit. Just a tiny bit. It's a tiny bit. The priorities are just a tiny bit off, but I respect it. That is, I ain't getting down on one knee for the man. But, I respect it.
He's a 7 and plays video games 4 hours a night.
That's gonna go down.
Okay, so my best friend, who is my brother, plays video games 4 hours a night, so I don't want to disrespect him, so I'm going to keep it at a 7.
I don't hate the video games, but I feel like every single night's a little excessive.
Do you think there needs to be kind of a balance with it?
Yeah, definitely.
If you can't beat them at that game, join them at that game, take an interest in them. I guarantee you, guys find it extremely attractive when you take interest in what they are interested in. Even if you suck at it. My boyfriend is really into Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. I will ask him questions about Pokemon and about Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, to be fair and to be honest, do I remember that stuff? Nah. I don't remember. I don't know what half of this stuff means. You may find something absolutely repulsive and might even hate it, but if you actually start to learn about it and actually take an interest in it, you might actually enjoy it. My boyfriend loves Yu-Gi-Oh! And I would have been and was someone who was like, this is a dumb game. This does not seem like it's fun at all. I see all the weird nerds playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, this can't be fun. And now, like, I love it. I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I especially love when I beat him because he gets so upset. I would say he's still a 7. 4 hours, not that bad. Now, if you're neglecting your responsibilities, if you're irresponsible, and if you're a slob and all that stuff, there's those type of gamers. Not okay.
He's a 5 and he drives a Porsche.
5. I feel like I can't judge somebody's like rating based on what they drive.
What kind of a Porsche?
Good question.
I'd say he's a 6.
If it's a Porsche 911, he's a 10 just so that my dad can get a ride in it. He probably would be mad at me and just be like, hey, yo, like, you could have faked it until I got to ride. Or better yet, let me drive the Porsche and then maybe like break it off. Yeah, but he's still a 5. Now, if he leads with his Porsche as like a way of trying to get me, he's a 1. He's a 1 automatically.
He's an 8. Like, materialistic things they don't matter to me that much, but it just shows me that you're working hard to achieve the things you want in life.
You are saving for the future and you're living with your parents, so therefore that's a terrible idea. But the fact that you have a certain car means that you are good with money. That doesn't necessarily make you good with money. They have like the Jordans, they have the Porsches, they have the Mercedes, but y'all barely scraping by every month. Like, there's something wrong with that. It's not a deal breaker for me what kind of car you drive. If you have a car, that definitely puts you up there. The type of car, I honestly don't really care. Does it work? Am I gonna have to help you, like, push it down the hill? Am I gonna have to help you push it down the hill and we're gonna have to jump inside and like bump start it? I had to bump start my car one time. I could not do it. I had my mom do it. It was so bad.
He's a 9. He makes $500,000 a year and considers himself a high value man. He also thinks he can sleep with other women while being in a relationship with you because of this.
I'm sorry. He's now just dimmed himself down to a 3. Yeah, that everything was good until that last part.
0. Yeah, 0. No explanation needed for this one.
Oh man, she's constantly like, I don't know what to think. She's like a Sour Patch Kid to me right now. First she's sour, then she's sweet.
He's a 7 and he calls himself an alpha male.
Oh god. Bruh, so I'm gonna quote the prophet McMill, gangsters move in silence, nigga, and I don't talk a lot. I feel like an alpha is like your swagger. Like how when you walk into a room, you turn heads. That says a lot to me than you just telling me you're that. You ain't got that Cane Corso type of energy. You a Chihuahua. All right, but this has been a long video. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to cut it off right there. So, if you made it this far, Kinfolk, go ahead and like the video and leave me a comment down below telling me how you felt about this video. And subscribe for future videos because as you know, this helps your girl out. But as always, Kinfolk, you know I love you. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.